Hello guys, today we are having Elena with us, who is a co-founder of WorkPlay.
Play is like born in a very difficult situation. The idea and how this actually properly gaming could become a business into marketing or in other sectors.
Can you tell us what is the gaming they use in their demo product?
Or like spin the wheel, or like a memory game, or like find the object. That is where, we can come into the picture because we can help them. We have, and we can help them to understand how to use the game, which game to use, and plus in our platform they can create that game alone.
And do you have any
So
future plan with AI as well?
we are actually mostly like Canva, but for games.
Yeah.
We literally are like the Canva version of games basically.
Hello guys, today we are having Miss Elena with us, who is a co-founder of WorkPlay. So Elena, before going into the deep conversation, can you just tell us about yourself and your journey and the idea behind founding the WorkPlay?
Okay, my name is Elena and I'm Italian, but I live in Bangalore, India for 11 years now. I mean, in my career in India was always like, in sales, and that is like my passion and what I know to do quite well. And coming to workplay is like born in a very difficult situation because my co-founder Imtiaz initially, so is an expert in like brand activation. So during COVID, there was all the events and like so the brand activation and whatever that was a connection with the brand and clients was stopped. There was no more gathering. So all this like also a small activity to promote a new product, to launch a new product, this activity that was doing offline in a mall or like in a crowded road or something like that was completely stopped. And he was an expert in it and like finding himself without a job like in that moment and having a lot of time and like starting to playing a lot of game. Suddenly he understood that gaming can actually be used to do the same brand activation but online. So initially it was just an idea that started at the beginning of 2021, and it started from him, from Imtiaz. And then when I listened to his idea, I actually just really connect with it, and I thought, yes, this can actually work. So this is when we start brainstorming and we start to understand how we can monetize the idea and how this actually properly gaming could become a business into marketing or in other sectors. And that is when we decide to register WorkPlay as a company. And initially it was difficult because we both not coming from a rich family. We have a lot of money to build a company, so we have to adjust and understand what to do. And initially, there were all the bureaucracy, the paperwork, and like how a company work. That was the first big learning that we didn't expect. It was so much, honestly. And then the team. Okay, let's build a team. Like, but how can we build a team if we really don't have like so much of budget to pay professional salaries and everything? Like, so what we start doing was we start taking some tech intern, build some small games, some demo, and start to show to people, and start getting interest. And then when we were getting a client, also start collaborating with like some marketing agency to have support, for example, to give like a full product, like advice also our client how to use the market in a professional, the games in a professional way. And we had the luck also that the intern that we hire, there were 3 guys initially. They were really talented, so they create very nice demo game that we could actually show to companies, and we start to get some projects, some small projects. And yeah, that is how WorkPlay started, like it really started. Then obviously
Yeah.
there is the journey till now.
Yeah, and as you said that when you joined this company in 2021 as a co-founder, when you listened the idea from Miss Intia, who is a founder of WorkPlay, and as you said, it as well, that somewhere we find the challenges building the right team. And you said you find the good talented interns who just create a demo picture of workplace. So can you tell us what is the gaming they used in their demo product, which really excite you to go further with this idea and with this project?
So the game that we are work with are small games, like 30 seconds to 1 minute, because our study to make the people just engage, not like really spend time. Like it can be a level game, like or this more complicated game. These are games that has to be used in marketing. So we are speaking about like small quiz, like 5 to 10 questions, or like spin the wheel, or like a memory game, or like find the object. Like this kind of small game that everybody knows. Everybody like find that very pleasure time in like in that 30 seconds that they can solve the game. Okay, so honestly, right now in the market, like in particular when we started, mostly there were algorithm games that are going on. Like for
Yeah,
example, every e-commerce website has a spin the wheel.
yeah,
To give discount to the new customer or like the existing customer, etc. But obviously, that are not games that, like for us, for our personal opinion, that you can enjoy after a point because it's just an algorithm. You just press a button and you. We want to promote more skill game. So where your skill are actually important to win, like the game. So for example, a memory game depends on your memory, how fast you are, like to match certain picture. Like a quiz, it depends on your knowledge, like how much you know about the question that are asked, or like find the object is about your attention, like how much like is your observation power. So these kind of games is the games that we are using to promote companies, and to use also in different sectors. In the time, the fact of the gamification marketing got a bit expanded also in the company, because we realized that apart from marketing, gaming can be used in a lot of other fields. We start to work a lot with the events company when events started again. Then we had a lot of requirements from events, because events to engage their participant, they really like, or to create contests, for example, with a leaderboard, and prize the first one, the winner in all the event. And then also in education can be like gaming as a very big market, like for in particular in kids education, and employee engagement, or like employee training. So for HR, like it's a very useful technique. And then obviously marketing is like is huge, because marketing is like, so all the digital marketing, that is the sector that we are more interested, because in digital marketing right now we feel like it's a pretty boring, like every, like if you see, check Instagram, every two story of
yeah,
your friends you have like some three advertisement, and they're looking all the
yeah.
same right now, because digital marketing is becoming so common that everyone as a company is advertising in digital marketing. It's not like anymore like before. There was more creativity, there was offline marketing, there were activities and everything. Like now you can just like sit and look at an image and look a video, like watch a video. So it's becoming very repetitive, very like boring for the users. That is why like interactive ads are the future, and are something that can be really interested a person, without thinking also all the advantage that can have for a brand. Because when you engage your user, like you engage your potential customer or your existing customer, you create loyalty. And with a existing customer, you create a strong connection. With a new client, with a potential new client, you can teach through the game. You can make the person spend some, like some good time, and you can customize a prize, for example, for each person who play, who win. So there is a very, like big scope behind gamification, and a lot of advantage that gamification.
Yeah, and that whatever you are saying, that gamification industry is also growing very rapidly in India as well. And
Yes.
like you are promoting and marketing the others company in terms of game and a few activities. So, like, what is the most can you just tell us the most strategy you have applying to working in this project? Like you have, is there any client where he just demanded that I want this kind of strategies, and I want to attract my audience in this mode of gamification. So do you also do the customized marketing as well? If I
Yes.
am the client
So
and I come up with idea and I said, Elena, can you do this some animation gamification to attract my audience? So do you also do that in the workplace?
yes, WorkPlay works in different ways. Okay, so one is the customization. What means so if you have a brand, you are a brand, you come to us and you want to use gamification, for example, but you don't know how to use it. So we can create a strategy for you. We can advise you which game can be better for you. We explain you why, and we can give you a choice of different games, and then develop for you that games. Okay, based on your marketing strategy, what you want to reach. That is one side. And there are companies that are very straightforward. They want a game. They have already what they want in mind because they know already how to use it. So we develop the game for them.
Yeah,
We are just work as a service provider. And then there is another part of WorkPlay, and this is the innovation that actually we bring to the market. When you work on project basis, so you customize for a brand, it takes time. It takes few days to develop a game. Depends on the complication of the game, etc. Then there is the brief. There is the UI that maybe propose some UI. You go back and forth. So there is a long process to customize a game, and obviously it's an expensive also technique.
yeah,
Is not free. So
yeah,
that is why we notice during our journey that big companies can afford this thing, and
yeah,
they can get the benefit of gamification. But what about the small and medium companies? They don't have the skills and the possibilities or the budget to to enter in a such a complicated tech wise technique. Okay, so
yeah,
that is why we develop a no code platform. So our no code platform is completely taught for low budget, who has a low budget and but still want to use something that is new and can get for them more clients. Now we have a couple of games in our platform. We just launched it, but we have the two games that we are most required from the market. That is, one is spin the wheel and one is the quiz. So,
yeah,
for example, in our platform, you can take a template of the spin the wheel. You can decide how many slides you what want to be written in the slides, what are the price, and also what is the algorithm. So, and what is the background? For example, you can brand your spin the wheel. Now, generally, you need a developer to do all this. In our no code platform, a business owner can actually do this alone. Okay, and the game it's directly connected to all a dashboard where that with your account you can build different games. So different you can use in different campaign. Each game is connected to his analytics, so you can see who leave the game in the middle, like who win, the data of the winners, or the data of all the players. So everything is stored game by game in your dashboard. And also another advantage for these businesses is because if you, for example, you create a game and then after putting it live and some clients play these games, and you can see that for probably the algorithm is not correct because so many people are winning, too many people are winning certain prize, or too many people are losing. Now what you do, if you have a customized game, you have to go back to the development company and again ask for a change, and it takes time. Again, in our platform you can just change from your dashboard, so the game will change live. You don't need to put down the game, you don't need to change anything. Alone you can actually change the algorithm and adjust your game based on your campaign without an additional price. So you understand that this is very comfortable for like small companies, small
yeah,
businesses. Okay, also because find a good development company, it's very tough because there are so many, in particular in India, that find what is the right one for you is again is time consuming, is a research, and you never know who you're going to give your project. Okay, so in this
yeah.
way everything is like very transparent and clear.
Do you think that gamification is becoming such a powerful friend in digital marketing? Because as you told, digital marketing, everyone is doing digital marketing. Me as well as a founder is also beat the heat of the digital marketing?
So, okay, there is in everything, there is always an evolution. Okay, if you think before to market a brand or product, like, we were using offline market. There was nothing
Yeah,
digital, like, years ago. So then digital marketing came, like, and it took some time because, like, some companies were still trusting only offline marketing. And then more and more digital marketing became powerful. And like now almost like offline marketing is almost not gone, but it's much lesser, like, and now
yeah,
most of the budget of the companies in digital marketing, okay, is much more effective, reach too many people. Now also digital marketing needs an evolution, because you can't come, like, can continue to promote in the same way, because it's like image video, image video, image video, it's all the same. So at this point we need an innovation. What can be a better innovation of making your client interact with you, interact with your product, your brand, your service, be part of it? That is what a game can do. So I feel like, it's the most logical evolution that marketing can have. And as you say, gaming in every of its phases, from the level gaming to, like, the marketing gaming, it's a booming industry in every way. So obviously also marketing is something that has to be used, okay, and
yeah.
it's becoming, for the user, it becoming personal, for the user is becoming time consuming. And for example, like when you get a prize, you feel really really happy, because, like, it's my personal prize. So game can do that, can give you that satisfaction. It's like if we both play the same game, maybe you lose and I win, and I will be so happy because I was better than you, like, and I got some prize. So that is what also psychologically pushed the potential client to be closer to the brand, and, like, to purchase at the end.
How this gamification marketing is a big opportunity for the small businesses.
Yeah, sure. So gamification is obviously an opportunity for every business. Like the challenge here is the accessibility. Okay,
Yeah,
to have, obviously, like, to make a post in digital marketing, obviously you need a designer, etc. But, like, it's easy to understand the beauty, of a post. Like, but a game needs to be developed, needs to, like, technical skills. So obviously it's not something that you can improvise. Like, business owner can improvise a post, they cannot improvise a game, for not moving and removing anything from the two designers. Okay, but still, like, I can create, like, an image if I want. Okay, but I cannot create a game if I don't have the technical skills. That is why, like, there are big brands who has people that are experienced in tech also inside the company. They have, like, people who are experienced in marketing, like, inside the company. And they can already understand what they want. They can already create the strategy. They have an advantage, obviously, like, they have more skilled people inside the company. But what about, a small business where there is no an in-house marketing person or an in-house tech person? At that
yeah,
point, that is a jungle, and they have to go and search what is the right service provider for them. Most of them, they give up, because after, like, listening, like, crazy prices, and, like, timing, and how much effort it takes, and, like, and the strategy, like, the creativity that has to be around the game, okay, to use it the game in the right way, they don't know where to. That is where, like, we can come into the picture, because we can help them. We have and we can help them to understand how to use the game, which game to use. And plus, in our platform, they can create that game alone. So they don't have any more the harassment, or, like, searching for a developer or searching for a tech company who has to do that for them. That is a huge advantage, because it's saving time and money for them. And when the budget is a concern, obviously, like, time and money is, like, what it's your priority to maximize. That is when our platform make the difference, because you literally take 10 to 15 minutes to create a game. You literally, like, you spend, like, probably, like, around 6 to 7 times less than what you spend, like, with a normal development company to create the same game. So that is how, like, they can get advantage from us. And plus, we offer also the support that is, like, not crazy. Like, we try to obviously go budget friendly, because we are targeting, like, the small businesses. So we know what are the challenges that they are facing. Okay, so in that case, in gamification itself as a technique can give them much more visibility, okay, because they can get the loyalty of their customer much more easier in, and stronger. They can acquire customer much, more customer. And also another very important things that they can do through gamification, they can track the expenditure and of their customer. So whoever won a game generally get a customized reward. That customized reward allow the company to understand where that client buy, for example, if in their online store or in the physical store, and when that person buy, how much they spend, because every coupon is connected to a code. So I can do an analysis of my clients. So that is not possible if they're actually conducting a normal social media campaign. They can just see the impression, how many people click likes, everything, but how much is coming back from the investment of that campaign. That data is much more understandable through a game, because I'm connecting with the user. The user will give me their personal data also. If you win the game and I'm telling you want 20% discount, but give me your email, because I have to give you this 20% discount. Obviously, you're gonna give me your email. While in an normal campaign, you say, okay, give me your email to send you more advertisement. You of course don't want to get spam in that way. So you understand that it's much more easy to track and to adjust, to optimize the campaign through a game, because there is much more data that you can collect. So it's easier and faster to optimize the campaign and see what your clients want and give them more and more what they want. And it's much more slower and difficult to a normal digital marketing campaign in that case. So for small and medium businesses, like WorkPlay and gamification in general can save them time and money and get much better results.
Like many AI companies who are launching their day-to-day product into the market. So in the WorkPlay that you already told, there is a no-code platform. So you are also implementing AI in your business model. And do you have any
So
future plan with AI as well, with the
So
no-code?
AI is in our future plan. Like we already start to studying about it, because through AI our platform will become much more faster, and the game can become much more customizable, and the platform can become much more user friendly. So
Yeah.
AI is something that we want to introduce. For example, right now, if you want to create a quiz in our platform, if you want the question and the answer, you should go to ChatGPT and then probably copy paste in our platform.
Yeah.
The next feature that we want to put, for example, in the quiz is integrating, the AI in the way that you can just type it for what they want, which kind of quiz you want, what is the argument, okay, the topic, how many questions, how many answers, etc. And the AI will already fill all the, part of the quiz and give you like complete quiz in like few minutes. Okay, so and also the spin the wheel. For example, in the spin the wheel, based on your scope, AI can calculate what it can be the algorithm of the different slide that they spin the wheel as. So all these kind of feature are already taught and are already working process to be implemented in our platform. And so yeah, AI is obviously in our future plan, because it's going to be much more easier to use anything, and in particular in tech things. And now I'm really curious it's nice you put Canva as example, because we are actually mostly like Canva but for games.
Yeah.
We literally are the Canva version of games basically.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Or what advice you want to give them before launching their startup in that industry? Do you have a specific advice for them? Then they can do analyzing before coming to this industry. And how do you see this industry can have the future in upcoming 5 years?
So okay, advice is difficult to give, because I'm still learning, so
Yeah,
so
we
difficult to give
don't worry,
advice.
we learn every day. Yeah.
I mean, when it comes
You,
about building a new business, first of all, you will have a lot of rejection. Like you will have a lot
yeah,
of negative opinion and rejection, and but you should actually be strong with your idea. Sometimes people reject you, or criticize you just because they don't understand what you're doing. And in
yeah,
particular, if you are in a new market, like we are, it's very difficult for us. Was, for example, was very difficult also to find a mentor,
Yeah.
that is expert in gamification. Like, so we literally had to do mostly everything alone. And but still, like, always listen the advice, listen the feedback of the people, listen, like, the negative comment, think about it, analyze if that comment can be correct, so you are going wrong, or like if they don't understand you, they have a wrong opinion. Okay, but everything comes from outside is always something that can make you grow and can make your company and your product, become better. Because at the end of the day, it's not you yourself using it, but it's like, the people around you. So they have to understand, they have to appreciate it. So there
Yeah.
is a lot of time during the journey where, without ourselves, because that is how it happened. And some moments when we were very strong in what we were doing. So up and down are, like, are the part of the journey of a
Yeah.
startup founder. And yeah, like, don't take too bad rejection, because in particular when you go for fundraising, you will get a lot of rejection. And
Yeah.
this doesn't have to make you leave your idea, or like think that your idea it's bad. Also, you have to understand, like, when your idea needs to have a modification, you need to shape a bit based on what the crowd wants. So that is critical thinking, like, critical mind you have to have, like, and that is fundamental. At least what I learned. And there are so many other things that I have to learn. Still, the journey it's very long. And yeah, in the next 5 years, we will make the gamification to the next level, because also technology is advancing. Like you were telling,
Yeah.
AI is there now.
Yeah.
There is virtual reality, augmented reality. So, like, gamification can go like beyond, like, the level where it is now, because there are gamification, like, technology is improving. And
Yeah.
so whatever is tech is improving. And so also gaming can improve it, the creation of the game, the use of the game, how the game can engage, can improve. And so obviously, like, in the next 5 years, you will see, it will become like a trend to have an advertisement with a game.
Work into your idea and take the company to the next level.
So there are different challenges, actually, like when you build a business. Basic one, I will say, okay, and like all the organization, so operational wise, the company, how it has to work. When you start little growing, like, the team, get the right team. It's really important for your company, and
Yeah.
it's not easy, because there are a lot of people, and, like, to find the skill one, the one understand your business. And we are not doing something that is very common. So for us,
Yeah.
it's more difficult to find some employees, like, the team that can actually understand what we are doing, and work together towards our vision. Because not like, I mean, also in particular in the begin when of the journey, when you don't have much funding, and, like, you have to adapt to what the market is giving you. Like,
Yeah.
you can't hire the experienced person with, like, 10, 15 years experience in that market, because you will not have budget for that. So you have to
Yeah.
train from scratch, like, probably intern, and, like, get probably one some collaboration, get one experienced person that can train your intern or something. So it's you have to juggle, I will say, with your finance to make everything work, but you don't have the finance to make everything work. So that is balance. It's really, really hard to find. And
Yeah.
when you and then structure your idea, when you actually think about an idea, and then you go to put on paper, and, like, you go to put in execution, it's not the same thing. So many things change during the process. Like, if I think in WorkPlay, initially we were thinking about do employee engagement, and then we thought about employee engagement online will eventually go off when COVID will finish. Okay, so but gamification can be used in other things. Okay, so let's go to the marketing side, and then okay, we can work project based, but some company cannot afford that. So how to reach a market that nobody is touching? So maybe small and medium
Yeah.
company that after 2 years of working, like, we start building a platform again. You have to start to think and another business model, like, start researching again, and start to develop another product. So it's a continuing evolving, like, in a journey, like, not easy. And team, it's like the
Right.
basic. We were
Yeah.
very lucky in our journey. We got really, really great talent, young
Hmm.
talent. We are still one became think about it, our first intern, he was so talented that became our like CTO at the end, like, after 2 years.
Yeah.
He left us, he joined another company, create some more experience, and then he came back because he really believed in the idea and he really wanted to be with us. So, and he became very skilled, and he helped us a lot. And when you pass all this, like when you start to understand how to juggle with money and, like, resources and everything, then comes the fundraising. That is the biggest challenge of
Yeah.
any startup, because at one point, it's impossible to do it or with your own effort.
Yeah.
You need funding, and funding,
Funding.
being a new market. If it's
Yeah.
difficult to find people that understand, if it's difficult to find a mentor that understand, that it's more difficult to find a person who can give you money with
Yeah.
your idea, for your idea. So that is like a huge challenge that we are still actually
Uh,
dealing with.
yeah.
And also find the right mentor. Find the right mentor is really, really important, because nobody can do things alone. Everybody needs advice, everybody needs an help. Okay. Also because with all the up and down that you can have in your journey, like, if you don't have the right support, the right partner, the right mentor, you will go down. At one point the stress is like really, or like, the rejection are too many, like to take alone.
Yeah.
And so you need, like, the right guidance, the right partner, and the right people around to make it.
Yeah.
So that
And
that is what I can tell, like, about
yeah.
my journey.